Hello and happy Monday, unless you're a Denver Nugget or a Denver Nugget fan from Radically Rational and radicallyrational.com. Okay, so Nuggets coach Michael Malone called his team's defense in game 2 last night non-existent. Well, I mean, they had some bodies out there, so I lean more toward sporadic, inconsistent, inattentive, unaware, lazy, late, disorganized, distracted, and unfocused. And it would be fair to throw in alarming. Effort and intensity should never be an issue, ever, but especially in a championship series. And their lack of intensity was literally evident from the jump. So here's what we know about 2 games in Denver. First of all, the Nuggets are the deeper team, and that big guy is absolutely phenomenal. But Miami is really resilient, and Eric Spoelstra is really good, and this is not his first county fair. So Denver at this point has to be at least shaken, if not stirred. They were on the cusp of blowing that game wide open 3 different times last night and could not close the deal. So Jokic scored 41 points. Maybe that was a bad idea. He has scored 40 or more points 3 times this postseason, and the Nuggets have lost all 3 of those games. So the finals have begun with game 3 coming up Wednesday in Miami. Okay, Jets coach Robert Saleh says that Aaron Rodgers will make his job easier. Yeah, I guess for all the drama he carries, I think we can all agree that he is a better quarterback than, say, Zach Wilson. So yeah. Look, I have no idea how good an NFL quarterback Mac Jones is or is going to be. I don't know. I liked a lot of what I saw from him in his rookie year in 2021, and I disliked a lot of what we saw from him last year. So his career could be at a crossroads in New England. Russell Wilson has done 2 very smart things this offseason. Number 1, he's dropped a bunch of weight. Number 2, he has wisely decided to STFU. That's a good move. Okay? Keep seeing this phrase. The AL West leading Texas Rangers. I don't like that. Y'all can go away now. Okay? Here's my takeaway from golf's Memorial Tournament. Victor Hovland is absolutely a threat to win the U.S. Open a couple of weeks from now because his game is suited to major tournaments. This was sad. You could make a very strong case that Norma Hunt was the first lady of the NFL. We mourned her passing yesterday at the age of 85. Another Super Bowl will be played in February. It will be the 58th one, but it will be the first one in which Mrs. Hunt will not be in attendance. Okay, full disclosure, you know this already. I watched game 2 of the finals last night. So I did not watch the live telecast of CNN's town hall with Nikki Haley. But I did go back and watch it. And here's the thing. Whatever else she is, she ain't crazy. I disagree with her on myriad things. And yeah, she's done some flipping and some flopping, but she ain't crazy. And in terms of the existential threats that are up against our country, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I haven't told BB this. Would I feel comfortable to a certain degree if she were in the White House? I don't want that to happen. I'm not going to vote for her, but I wouldn't be scared stiff and I wouldn't be embarrassed for our country. Why? The bar's getting lower and lower. She is, if nothing else, an adult. And here's the thing. She's going to be a major irritant to Trump and maybe even an electoral threat because Trump doesn't deal well with sanity, being as he is completely unfamiliar with the concept. So DeSantis, he's already disqualified himself. He has never seen a meaningless cultural war that he wouldn't pursue. And here was the other thing about Haley last night. Whether you agreed with her on a given issue or not, she at least made an appeal for Americans to come together on those things that we can and should come together about. Let me ask you a question. Not a rhetorical question. It's a question with a factual answer. In 4 years in office, did you ever hear Donald Trump utter one effing sentence about being president of all Americans and bring us together and encouraging national unity? And that's the job description. That's job one. And he was a miserable, miserable failure. And understand this, Haley is going to be popular with Republican women who have had it with the bullshit. Okay, and that's a factor. And I'm going to tell you something else too. They won't admit it, but Haley's going to get some Dem support as well. She supports Ukraine. She rejects the big lie. And she regards January 6th as among the darkest days in American history. In other words, sanity. She is polished. She's articulate. She is politically savvy. And she's wrong about gun control. I'll say that. And here's why she's wrong about gun control. She took the layoff cop-out about mental health. Obviously, mental health is a component of this. But why would you give somebody who's mentally unhealthy a gun? And she says she's against red flag laws. Okay, those two things are completely contradictory. If you want to pursue this on the basis of mental health, the only way you can track that is to support red flag laws. So she is talking out of both sides of her mouth, but she ain't crazy. So Pence is a non-factor, as is Hutchinson. Scott will alter the equation to some extent, but not the basic power structure at all. But Haley and Christie are coming after Trump. They'll do it individually, but there will be a little bit of an alliance there, and they will get their licks in, and they will score points. Now, if you're looking for really, actually, no kidding crazy, I introduce into evidence Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Woo! Okay, one more thing about coaches and BB's television watching regimen on Sunday night. We watched the 60 Minutes Anderson Cooper marathon interview with Prince Harry. Let me just say this. I have nothing against the man. I have nothing against his family. I want everybody everywhere to be healthy and happy, and I know he has gone through a lot of pain in his life. That was still a very poor decision. I thought it was completely tasteless, and I thought it was completely unnecessary. I know that BB does not agree with me, and that's the cool thing about BB and me. We don't have to agree. We don't have to agree. Of course, bans on drag shows are unconstitutional. Duh! On the face of it. A classic violation of free speech rights and the First Amendment. Duh! That judge, federal judge in Tennessee, that's about as close to a judicial layup as an objective, honest judge will ever encounter. And keep in mind, that guy is a Trump appointee. The U.S. Postal Service has ranked the nastiest, foaming at the mouthest dogs in all of America. And I was surprised to learn that Jim Jordan was not at the top of the list. Live and learn every day. Okay, I'm not going to tie you up and hold you hostage on this right now, but it is on the blog. I will tell you, for what it's worth, because friends share things with friends. I have had remarkable results with intermittent fasting. And yeah, I am a devotee. I'm kind of a Nazi about it right now, at least in terms of my own discipline. I'm not going to bore you with the details right now, but if you're interested, it's all in there in the blog this morning at radicallyrational.com. Let's have a great Monday.